Welcome back, everybody. It's Stephen Young. We're here yet again, another month of the market report. We're here to discuss the numbers of what happened last month because it helps us determine what we're doing this month and what the future pacing is of the real estate market. So that being said, we want to get into it. But before we get to that, I want you to make sure that you like and you subscribe to our channel. It really helps me out with the algorithm and it really helps me reach more people. And I want to help as many people as I possibly can. So please subscribe. Really appreciate it. Now, that being said, the market numbers are out and they look promising. They're not overly like mind-blowing, like blowing the ceiling off the pricing or anything, but we're slowly tracking back upwards from our decline from the January, February, and March markets, which were incredibly poor. And we're still lower than we were last year. So the average home in Toronto is 1.196 million as of May, which is down 1.2% from May of last year. But we are up from last month's numbers of April, which was 1.153. So that's good. It's promising. So yes, we're slightly down, but we're trending back upwards. Now it's very surprising. I don't think that trend will continue. One, we have a seasonality in the market. The summertime low usually happens. People go on vacation. Realtors stop working. They need to take a break. The kids are off school. So there's a lot of things that happen. People really aren't looking for homes that much in the summer, especially in Toronto. We have a very short window of enjoyable weather. So then the people aren't interested in actually going out to look for homes. So traditionally, we have a slowdown in the summertime. That being said, I don't anticipate these numbers to maintain them in June and July or even into August, but I will anticipate an September and October increase prior to the seasonal slowdown in the wintertime. But it all depends on the interest rates, which were just raised this month. And you won't see that in the market until, it'll take a few months to show that in the marketplace. Interest rates will lag behind the actual market itself. People who've already bought and closed are not affected by it, but people moving forward will be. So that isn't reflective in these numbers because the interest rate was still lower in May. Now, that being said, average home sales, there was 9,012 sales in May. There was 15,000 listings. If you compare that to April numbers, 7,531 sales in April and 11,364 new listings. So we are up on both categories, which is fantastic. That is a factor of many factors, but one of the main factors was one, it's May is typically, part of the spring market, seasonality. Two was that people who were on the fence or on the sidelines waiting for interest rate hikes understood that it was 3 months in a row of maintaining the same interest rate. So they decided to come off the fence and off the sidelines and say, you know what, I'm going to get into the marketplace. And that was the majority of the sales that occurred were people who were waiting and just anticipating, making sure that the interest rate wasn't going up, which is why it was a huge, massive shock to the entire industry that they actually did raise rates and speculate that they will continue to do so throughout the balance of the year. So I anticipate these numbers to come back down. But that being said, if you are a seller, you still get a hold of this trend, this upward trend. You'll still make a great profit on your home if you get into in July or June or July. Reach out to us if you want. Our information is below in this video, and we will certainly help you out on how to maximize the value of your home. Now, what else we talked about? Oh, so here's what you really have to understand and look for and watch. This will trigger what the market is actually doing, whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. And depending on this number, it's called the SNLR ratio, which just simply means sales to new listings ratio. If you look down here, we're at 59%, meaning 59% of all homes that come on the market actually sell. And you're like, well, that doesn't seem like a lot. You're right. It's 40% of the market doesn't sell. But if you compare that to last May, there's only 39%. So that was what we call a buyer's market. Anything sub 50% is a buyer's market. Anything north of 50% is a seller's market. When you saw massive numbers, massive appreciation like 2 or 3 years ago, that number was in the 75, 77% range. It's a pure seller's market. Like you don't even have a chance if you're a buyer to get a good deal. But so we're just above average. We're just above neutral on the SNLR. And the trend is actually coming down. So the funny thing about that is we were in April, it was a hotter market in terms of what sellers were getting compared to May. So May, you'll see the price and the opportunity to sell your home is actually declining. So what that means is there's less buyers in the market. So if you are interested in selling, make sure you get to market as soon as you can, or wait till fall. I anticipate these numbers going back up in September and October. Now, the other fun thing we do every single month here, we want to show you what activity is happening in the marketplace. We want to show you some examples of things that are going on. And here are a few that I want to show you. This was, if you can see that, let me see. Yeah. So this is the lowest priced property that sold in May in the downtown core of Toronto. Now, there were lower priced homes that sold outside the GTA. The lowest was $228,000. It was a condo near Jane and Finch. And then from there was $250,000, and then it jumps up to $400,000. But those were outliers. They don't happen often. But if you look at the core of the city, the lowest priced property that sold was $402,000. The highest priced property that sold, well, it was this gorgeous mansion in Rosedale, heritage home, sold for $15,075,000. So it's a pretty wide range. And to give you an idea, there's a lot of different people who are buying in this marketplace. It doesn't matter if you're looking for a $400,000 property or a $15 million property. That's the range you're looking at in Toronto. And that number changes throughout the year. We always report that to you. But it's a fun little experiment. It's a beautiful home in Rosedale. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a heritage home. It's been around for a long time. Built in 1926, I believe, is the number. It was. So anyways, that's something to inspire you. Maybe inspire you to work up the property ladder, something like that. And make sure you give us a call if you're interested, okay? Now, the other things I want to talk about are, there's two other topics we mention every single month. One is what the highest price difference of what you were listed for versus sale for every single month. This is the highest number. It was 155% differential. And what that means is someone listed for $999 and someone paid $1.550. So $551,000 over asking. The number is slightly misleading because a lot of agents underprice homes in these hotter markets, and that's what April and May were. And it was just a marketing strategy for the agent to see what they could get for market value. That being said, this home did in fact sell for more than it probably should have. If you look at these pictures, these are it's a very rundown home. For that kind of price, I'm very shocked. I think the buyer overpaid for it. It's not a gut job, but it's very close to one. You're going to have to redo all the flooring, the kitchens, the bathrooms, like everything, the layout. It's basically a townhome is what I think it was. Maybe a semi-detached home. So it's not even a fully detached home. It's like $551 over asking. That's the highest differential. And the lowest, and then the alternative, what was the lowest price that a seller took for a property in Toronto in May? Well, it's right here. This differential was 84%. So that they sold the property 84 cents on the dollar, meaning they were originally asking $2.38 million, and they actually sold and settled on $2 million. And what that means is they took a reduction of $380,000. So when someone says, hey, there's no good deals in this marketplace, they're absolutely wrong. This is a fantastic deal, and it was purchased very well in terms of the price point, and it's done gorgeous. It's an absolutely gorgeous property. I think whoever purchased it did a good job on the purchase, and the seller, unfortunately, sometimes that happens in the marketplace. I don't know the situation of everybody, but this happens. This is why you have to be engaged with realtors. You have to be on top of the ball. We're looking at markets every single day. And, this is a good buying opportunity. Even in these hot markets, you can still get good deals. We just picked up a great property this week, specifically at Young Realty. They were asking originally $1.5 million. They couldn't sell it. They dropped to 1.4, then 1.3, and we actually picked up for 1.2. Our net cost is 1.165, which is a steal of a deal. So we don't even hit that number, but it's still a great deal. But that was the lowest price differentiator in the market for May. So those are your May numbers. If you want more information, please reach out to us, contact us. All of our information is below. Take care.